Hey everybody, wanted to welcome back to the channel. And today's project is fiberglass and gel coat repair. Today is Fiberglass Friday, y'all. So I've got this 2003 Yamaha SUV Waverunner that someone managed to hit a dock or another ski hit it on the left. Excuse me, this is going to be the starboard side wing storage compartment. Putting this nice cherry here with a bunch of spider cracks. Got some more spider cracking from probably from an impact right here, and that is about it. Other than that, this thing looks pretty good, very shiny, as you can expect out of fiberglass and gel coat. So stuff is extremely durable. I love these SUVs because they're so easy, relatively speaking, to repair with common, easy to get materials. So the first thing we're going to do is just do a rudimentary job of removing the sticker, at a minimum removing it to the repair portion, but while we're at it, let's try to take out the whole thing. I already tried hitting it with a razor blade along this edge, although the sticker looks like it's in pretty good shape, so it doesn't want to just peel right off, so we'll hit it with a little bit of heat on here, loosen up that adhesive behind there, and see if that doesn't allow a nice easy peel back. So we'll start there. I won't drag you through this entire process of sticker removal. That is for sure, because this video would take hours and hours and hours. Anyway, plus with the repair and all that, all the stages that I plan on using, very common stages at that. You'd be asleep if you're not already. So I just want to heat up this lead section just to get a sampling if this sticker is going to want to come off with heat and the grace of God. Doesn't take that much. I'm probably overkilling it, to be honest, to reactivate that glue that was put behind there back in 2003, to be quite honest. So we shall see if this helped the release process. Let's see. Actually think that front piece got chipped off already by my razor blade, if I remember right. Let's this in at a nice angle to try and not scratch up. That's pretty raggy. I don't think that's gonna work. I want to get a decent edge started. What I'm doing is taking this blade, pushing it down on there, and then twisting it and flexing it basically to try to dig underneath there without scraping the fiberglass itself. If I can get a big enough lip started here, I might be able to get a finger hold and see if I can't go to town on this bad boy. Yeah, if we get a couple scratches in there, we're going to be doing gel coat across this entire panel. I'm not going to mess around with trying to do a partial gel coating. It's more work than it's worth, if you ask me. I probably could continue to pick at this sticker like this, to be honest. This one is not as bad as some. It isn't falling apart quite as bad as I've seen other ones. But a sticker removal wheel, man, I'm telling you, once you've used those bad boys, I don't think you'll ever go back to this minutia. I just want to show you, though, how monotonous this can get if you decide not to get a sticker wheel. So, yeah. All right, man. I'm telling you what, I'm going to call it. This sucks. So let's grab a sticker wheel, see what happens. So I bought these bad boys on Amazon as a 2-pack. I can't remember. It was either $9 each or $9 for the pair. I can't remember, but let's see. Stop use line. Max speed, 4,000 RPMs. Anyway, that's how much I used on my last SUV, which is this 2002 right here. That one needed the back, both of the rear stickers on that rear panel and on the other side all needed to be removed. So that's about how much of a wheel I went through just doing that project. Is only that much. So, we're only about halfway through it at the most. So it does have a do not pass line on there, so make sure and don't go past it, or else I imagine you get into the metal that's behind this wheel. So standard cordless drill does wonders with these things. It makes a mess, to say the least. So let's just start lightly. Oh, that sucks. Probably gonna want to hold this thing down. It's kind of better if you got a little pressure. Yeah, this isn't the best here. I should have left it on the ski, to be honest. So let me throw a little bit of fat boy weight on here and see if this helps. To give you an idea of the how easy this can be. Boy, is this ever cumbersome. Forgot to set that. I mean, come on. That's gone already. Oh, this thing's sliding all over. Let me get something to keep this thing from sliding on my plastic table. All right, let's see if this guy works here. Pull the edge so I can get my beer belly into holding it a little bit too. I think this will work a little better. Yeah, I mean, look at how quick that comes off. Use an angle, 45-degree angle-ish, works really good. So do you want to just take all day and peel this guy back with a razor blade? If so, you're an idiot. No, just kidding. I've done it. And I'm an idiot. So if you don't want to make your life easier, have at that razor blade technique. Shoot, maybe ask me. Maybe I'll send you the $9 to buy these. I mean, come on, man. This is too easy. Criminal. I'm hardly applying any pressure, by the way. Oh, sorry, I guess I don't need to yell. I've got my new microphone. And this also is going to expose your true color of your gel coat from the factory, at least really close to it compared to the yellowing that is going to happen over the years on this outer layer here. So I don't know if you can pick that up on camera yet, but a pretty, you probably can't see. Yeah, there you go, a little bit. You see how yellow it is on this side and how white it is on that side. It's more dramatic in person here, trust me. See if I can put this on lower speed if it works well. Yeah, it doesn't work. Not even nearly as well. Man, is that nice. All right. Hard to do one-handed. The more methodical you are about kind of running lines like a typewriter, the easier it'll be on you. So don't worry about this little extra residue sticky. It's going to come off real easy with some acetone. But look at all this. It makes, a considerable mess. So not a big deal because it sweeps up. You may want to wear respirator when you do this. I mean, respirator when you're doing this, it does kick up some debris into your face, some powder. I don't want to dig my rubber wheel into this too bad, or that fiberglass is going to start shredding it. So try to find some good angles to try to clean out best you can. Maybe later we can scrape that off with a razor blade, because this whole section in here is going to basically be replaced. There's that. And that is substantially all that you need to see. I'll finish this up off cam. Show you this part here. This is I'm really liking how this is coming off with this direction. This direction, it seems like, you know, it's not working as well. I mean, it's working, it's not working as well, but this vertical movement, really easier to control. Removal, I mean, watch this. This is all sticker from here this way. It's really easy to see your line. Surprised if this is this thing a Hercules, if this thing makes it through the sticker without needing a charge, but it's doing pretty good so far. I do like this drill. For a cheap tool for this. Yeah, I do like that. That vertical motion is the cat's meow. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this is giving you any kind of a advantage or benefit, y'all, okay? Plenty of other videos like this on, especially on the Yamaha SUV and other 4-stroke Waverunners. All right, I think we're cooking with propane there, man. That's done. So not too bad. I mean, I was only off camera for about a minute and a half. Let's see what we're left with here. Dirty oily rag, just to get the debris off anyway. There you go, and that is all you're left with, is that amount of sticker residue. I mean, just this little bits and parts right here. So let's see, I can't remember if it was carb cleaner or brake cleaner that worked so doggone good on removing that. So this is carb cleaner. I don't really think that works that well. It was brake, maybe it was brake cleaner, I can't remember. On the other ski, there was something that worked really well, and I forget already. All right, so let's get something that does work. That's right, I've been meaning to try this. Somebody told me that WD-40 works for sticker removal. Let's see, this is the Walmart cheapy version before I reach into my tools to get the good stuff. Let me see if this stuff will pull it off at its extremely cheap price anyway. Let's see. It's not too bad, actually. So let me give that a little burst there while I go look for some actual sticker removal stuff. I probably shouldn't have sprayed that at that fiberglass area now that I think about it. So we'll let that soak for a second whilst I grab the right tool for the job. Nothing like mixing a little chemical cocktail in your garage either, huh? All right, let's see. Yeah, I don't like that. It's not, I don't think it's doing that much for it, to be honest. So let's dispense with that for now. Let's try a little goof off. I do have legitimate sticker removal stuff. I'm just working my way to the back of the shelf. do you think the chances are that mixing all these chemicals causes, like, I don't know, cancer? Let's let that sit on there for a second while I grab the sticker removal syrup. I got acetone adhesive remover. There you are. All right. Oh yeah, that's heavy. Adhesive remover. All right, let's see. Oh, that stuff works good, man. That's coming right off. Money. That's actually a sticker right there that I missed, so go back and get that. That the goof off is working pretty dang good, so I might just stick with that. So, all right, let me take you off cam here and finish this up. One thing I did want to show is don't be afraid, to come at this thing a little bit aggressively too with your razor blades. If you are planning on re-gel coating and or fiberglassing anyway, this is all like little itty bitty pieces of sticker and some goo. So you're going to be sanding this down. I've taken this thing down and I'm going to sand this thing with at least 600 grit and then work my way up when I'm done anyway to try to bring back some of the original color before I gel coat this. So don't feel like you got to really be careful with your razor blade tip or it might scratch it. It's just, you're going to be scratching it, man. You're on purpose. You're going to be scratching it so that your gel coat sticks to it. So don't freak out. These are like little itty bitty mini sticker pockets in here that I didn't get with that. Could have just gone over it with that wheel, but a really comfortable posture for this right now, and I like it. These I got like in a 20 or 50 pack on Amazon, probably 3-4 years ago. I used the hell out of these. These make a lot of guest appearances in my videos. And I think that is just about it as we work our way down into the mud hole here. All right, one final goof off clean off and we'll be back. All right, we are almost there. So this little section here has been sprayed down or squirted down with some goof off already for about a minute, and then start some aggressive wiping. There we go. Let's see anything else that I want to hit. There's 2 pieces. Sticker goo. What are you? Is that a crack? That's just a crack. It's a sticker. There we go. So we are ready for prepping this area. So my thinking is, this isn't, it's structural, but it's not structural. So when I push on like this, right, I'm not getting no like dents in or nothing. Push here, I can actually see this starting to flex. Well, that's because this hole is open, I believe. So this baseball size round crack right here, I don't need to go all the way out there with my repair. I definitely don't need to go too high here, but I do need to do Dremel work to get into these spider cracks anyway, to fill those so that they don't reappear again. It's not in a position where it's going to get flex and stress anyway, so I could probably just do a rudimentary job on those, not even all the way down to fiberglass, just dig in the lines a little bit with a I'll think of it in a little bit here, a burr tool. And when I shoot the gel coat over there, it'll probably self-level and be just fine. But I might go a little bit deeper just for the hell of it. So what I do want to do though is I want to cut this whole piece out here and lay some new glass in there, or I need to have a backing. And this is, caved in soft, right? So I could just use that for the backing. If I do, I'm going to want to definitely strip off this top gel coat and gel coat layer with a aggressive sandpaper on a wheel. But I think I'm just going to just aggressively sand this entire area around in here and just redo all of this around here. So that'll be kind of our target area of the project, somewhere like this. It's just not as hard as you might think. You're laying a few layers of fiberglass, letting it cure, then you're coming back with sandpaper and you're smoothing it down. And it is so much easier to contour this than anybody thinks. This isn't rocket science. There's so many good YouTube videos on gel coat and fiberglass repair out on YouTube already. I feel ashamed that I'm doing this. I'm really only doing this because of the SUV guys, the Yamaha Waverunner SUV guys that I'm on the forums with, just to show you that it can be done by a guy that doesn't know how to do it basically in his garage. So I do not do fiberglass repair. I do not do gel coat repair. I've done it once. That's it. And it's just not that hard, guys. So I decided I'm not going to turn my TV off because I watch a lot of Netflix while I'm doing this project, so I apologize in advance about that if that's all you can hear in the background. But all I'm doing is I just kind of carved a circle around here using the front of the blade at a steep angle. Eyeball, not a circle, an eyeball. And now I'm just trying to cut the gel coat layer off just to see what I'm working with underneath for structural support in this area, to see if it's been massively compromised all the way out to the extremities here of these spider cracks. I suspect not, and I'll just decide how much I'm going to keep cutting here in a little bit. So this is all I'm doing, is just coming at a shallow angle and pulling that gel coat, chipped layer, cracked layer off.
Making sure.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm going to come all the way up into these spider cracks right here. There you go. So the extremities of the repair out in this area, I'll push down with something a little bit harder here in a little bit, but this feels really firm. I really wish I went to hit this with that poor man's WD-40 now, because I'm going to have to really clean the hell out of this to get something to adhere to that, I bet you. A lot of acetone soaking, etc. But this area here, that's our hole is actually punched in that one. I do have one thing that I've used successfully numerous times. So if I cut this hole out there, pack this whole area back inside there with JB Marine Weld as a backer, that stuff cures real nicely and attaches and secures to these fiberglass fibers. But what I do first, besides clean the living hell out of it with acetone, is I will take like a 2-part epoxy, mix it up with multiple rubber gloves, and smear it all over the back side, front side, and kind of just start building that JB weld out inside there with my finger as much as I can, and tools and hook tools, and just try to get it really impregnated on that back side of this glass into the 2-part epoxy that I let cure in advance, because epoxy sticks to this stuff really well. And then JB weld itself, the marine weld, is an epoxy, so you're mixing epoxy on epoxy, and it tends to work really well. All right, now, so as far as trying to take this piece that was basically, I mean, you got your gel coat there, right? Well, it's buried underneath the fiberglass, so basically it's a flap that punch through. I want to be able to punch that out, so I'm going to grab some hook tools, and I might start working this fiberglass edge to cut it free and try to pull that thing out of there, just so I can get that lip on top of that lip, which will give it, some structural integrity if I do this right. We'll take some of these Harbor Freight tool picks and just kind of prod around and find our edges where that brake stops. And so right about there is where the actual brake stops. And right about, oh, missed it, sorry. It is way up in here. All right, so So we have to kind of clean out this entire area through here. Separate those materials so that we can release that flap back up to the surface. Cut away some of that fiberglass from the right side. This is all just destroyed loose fibers anyway. Here, might as well cut it out. That's going to have to get redone. The more I cut out in here, probably the better anyway after running that WD in there. It may be I'm just trying to find all the rotted stuff right now. It may be at the end of the day I just cut this whole section out and fiberglass it in too. Okay. That section down there is kind of free. This is rotten.
Previously,
you just kind of feel the stuff that gives away to the blade real easy. There's nothing bonding it together anymore. Just kind of loose fiber. And then you get some solid chunks coming out after a little bit.
I suppose I should be upset.
Alrighty, huh?
Didn't feel violated. In fact, I think this is a friendly message. However, hey, what's fire? Find that truck with your golden ticket on the side.
So, Miami today and the ice truck. Needle. I just found fucking needle.
Alright. So you can see that basically a cut relief all the way up to the top of that crack. Wherever you can push and see flex, let your eyes and your fingers be your guide. So that's the top of it. And then the blade gets plunged in straight. If it makes it in straight, theoretically that flap should come up. So work your way around all the way to the ass end of it. That's about it right there. So theoretically this thing should pull out. There it is. So now we've gotten rid of our depressed thing for the most part. And now we can just clean up and get rid of all this gel coat on here. And try to create some kind of a bondable surface in here that can take an impact is the idea behind this. Yes. Spray a little bit of this all over there to see if I can defeat some of that WD that I soaked into there. Get it working, you know what I mean?
Fortunately, I have a green thumb. The key to happy citrus is a fertilizer. Bone meal works the best.
That's pretty good fiberglass right there on that layer anyway.
Of course.
So another thing I want to do is this area is going to need to get built up, right? So I need progressively smaller layers. So the first layer after I grind away a good chunk of this with a heavy grit sandpaper, it's going to go all the way up in through these spider cracks, all the way around here. Probably go, you know, a full inch and a quarter around here. Is I need it to flare in, right? So to be so what I'm kind of doing is trying to keep this good material as I'm cutting a little bit away by hitting it at a steep angle or a shallow angle to cut away some of the fiberglass along with the gel coat to just start creating that dish basically so we can lay our glass into that dish. Probably could do this all with sanding, I'm sure, but I mean, I know I could, but just kind of working my way around here to see where the tenderness stops in this material, if I can kind of pinpoint it in advance.
Posing as a victim in the middle of a 20,000-seat arena for all Miami to see, to show us what he's capable of doing.
What I miss?
Oh, sorry, you can't see that. I
Relax, you didn't
apologize,
miss
y'all.
anything.
Yeah, but she is. Big fingertips.
Body belongs to the frozen fingertips was on the truck. Sherry Taylor, little prostitute.
No blood, no need for me.
So yeah, so we're getting there. So I'll keep working my way around here and we'll prep this surface. All right, and that's where I think I'm pretty happy with that amount of work on there. I might go a little bit deeper with an electric tool and try to belly that out a little bit more. But that was 60 grit sand with a whole lot of elbow grease is what that was, and gets it to that point. So take some acetone, start giving it a nice soak down with that. Again, to also help get some of that stupid WD-40 that I had the lack of foresight to use around an open wound. Okay. So I'll keep cleaning that up. You got our flapper, right? If I was to just use acetone, thin out some JB Marine Weld putty, make it really pliable, I have no doubt that I'd be able to use tools. You know, I'd clean this off, and I'd take this and pack the JB onto the back side of these fibers. I'd probably try to open those fibers up a little bit more, maybe split some layers, just a little bit at the edge, and just kind of work that stuff in. It would create a strong enough bond. Another thing I can do, since this is hollow back in here, is I can just take some expanding foam. I don't care if it's, what do you call it, closed cell or open cell. All I'm trying to do is create a nice rigid or a stiff backing for there, and I think that's what I'm gonna actually go with, and just let it kind of ooze out and build out of there, and use that as my backer. Then when I pack the JB Marine Weld on, I'm gonna get a lot better ability to kind of force jam it into these little fiber nooks and stuff that are all over the place. Will be kind of like my goal. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hook tool, I'm going to bring it behind this area here, and I can actually see a little bit through there, and I'm just scraping it up really well all the way along the back side, so that any kind of epoxy or JB Marine Weld that I use can adhere on the inside as well as the outside. Just kind of take a foothold there. I'll do that whole area around the outside, around this inside as much as I can. And then the last thing I'm doing here is just taking all these little spider cracks. Instead of using a Dremel, since they're real shallow, they're not in areas that are going to get impacted. So I just really don't need to do that good of a job on them. I don't think this is my own personal ski, so I really don't care about experimenting a little bit. I've never done spider crack repair before, so just kind of taking the razor blade along those spider cracks and just carving them out a little bit, trying to hit a V angle as much as I can, and I'm going to really sand these down well to try to widen them. Because I assume that by me doing this, it's just going to chip out big chunks of gel coat. You know what I mean? Like this right here. This is basically trash now because I cut it out. So we're down into the fiberglass actually. So I have to do a little bit of filling on that. Anyway, figured I'd just practice around, play around with that a little bit, and then had this one at this backside here, so I just kind of carved it out a little bit. I might hit that with a finer Dremel bit tomorrow before I even think about gel coating and fiberglassing.